Parsa, just sort of what it mean to be back out there with the guys today?
It's great, man. I miss the team. I miss playing, to just be able to be back and help team however they need me to. It feels good.
Was there a minute limit on you tonight? Did you expect to play 21 in your first game back, or was it just kind of how the game flowed?
No, it wasn't any injuries problem. I just got in foul trouble first half, so I think coach just decided to put me out, which I think it was the right decision too. But yeah.
Anthony, Kanye, I mean, obviously you guys have a handful of shooters that can have just scored a little bit. Can both of you just talk about just how much more fluent the offense feels when you have someone like Parsa back in the game?
Oh, yeah, no. Parsa make a big difference. I think with him, it gives a more paint presence and allows us people to kind of stretch the floor, and we just complement, each other really well with him on the floor.
Yeah, to contribute to what he said, yeah, Parsa makes a huge difference, man. He occupies the big man most of the time, and that allows for lanes like me, myself, and Anthony. He, I think, was you 15 free throws? Yeah, so that's a lot of that goes to Parsa.
Appreciate it.
You guys feel like your spacing is better now than it's been at any point? Because it looked like you guys spread the court, looked like everybody had a spot, found a spot pretty easily.
Yeah, I think in the beginning of the year, new team, a lot of guys, everybody, kind of inch up a little bit, just to want to touch the ball. I think now we kind of settling in. People know where their spots are, where they're good at, and I think it's showing, like, as far as, like, the scoring, how we putting points on the board, it's showing.
And it'll only get better.
What he said.
Parts of the fans are going to want to know, how are you? I mean, did you come out of this good to go for...
Yeah, I'm feeling great. We had 4 or 5 days off for Christmas, and because I didn't play, I decided to not go nowhere. I stayed here and tried to work out, get back in shape, and take care of my back. It was tough. My wife was kind of mad at me. She wanted a break, but I think because of that I stay here, I really feel good now. We got great staff, trainer, strength coach, and my back is feeling pretty good.
Anthony, this is the most points you've scored while hitting only 2 threes in a game. Just sort of what does this say about your offensive abilities? Obviously not just the 3-point shot that you can score from many different ways.
Just finding a way to, score. I feel like my teammates trusting me. If shots aren't falling, I know to get to the paint, and draw fouls and just try to see something go in.
How'd you guys, anybody who wants to answer, how'd you guys feel about the defense tonight? Obviously forced a ton of turnovers, scored off a lot of those. That's something that Steve's been hammering. Just how did you feel you guys played defensively tonight?
Yeah, that has been our most important thing we're trying to do in every practice, and all of our focus on practice is on defense, because I think we are a team that we can score. If he's off one night, he can score. If he's off, we have Isaiah, we have VJ, we all can score. I think we need to, as coaches always saying, we need to focus on defensive end, and I think we're getting better and better every game. And with Big 12 games coming, we even need to focus on defensive ends more, because Big 12 teams are pretty good on offense. But this is just something we work every day on practice. We watch film on, and we're trying to get better at it.
Parsa, how did you sort of feel Ben's done in his sort of debut here?
Yeah, I'm proud of Ben. I think he's doing pretty good. He's a young player, but he's playing hard, and I think he's doing pretty good.
Anthony, I know Parsa was surprised because when he looked, he goes, what? 15 of 15? Are you aware that you're going to the line that much and you're knocking them all down? I mean, or were you surprised to see the number?
The 15 for 15 was surprising. I mean, I knew I didn't miss, but I knew I wasn't making threes or layups, so I definitely knew I was racking up the free throws.
Mm-hmm. Kanye, you were perfect from the free throw line as well. What were you seeing out there tonight?
Just make free throws, they free, so that was my goal. But as far as getting to the line, like you said, the spacing, like I said earlier, spacing was there. I was driving, just trying to get to the line. That's it.
How big of an emphasis, it might be a silly question, but how big of an emphasis are free throws for this team?
Coach definitely stresses that because, yeah, they win games, and especially when you get the Big 12 conference play, you go on the road. The 3-ball might not fall every night, and free throws is a way to make up for missing shots. So that's something we can always control. So, yeah.
question for any of you guys, but obviously with Big 12 play starting this weekend, just 13 games in, what have you guys learned about the identity and just the makeup of this team so far?
What
have you learned about the identity and makeup of this team so far?
I think we're good in adversity. We've been through a lot these past 13 games, 12-1. We've been through a lot these 13 games. We come from behind and beat teams. We went and played teams as in a neutral site, but it was more so their area, and we won. We've we've been in a lot of different situations, and we've been in a lot of different outcomes. So I think this team, our best thing is that we fight through adversity and we trust each other and we stick together. So.
When we defend, rebound, and take care of the ball, we're really good. Right now, or for the last, duration of the season, we've done it in stints. So once we learn how to do it for 40 minutes, we would be a really good team.
Just out of curiosity, anybody been to Lubbock?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
What's Lubbock? Is it city?
Texas Tech.
That's the city where Texas Tech is.
It get
I've
rowdy.
never been there.
Oregon State may have played there.
Yeah, not last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy Holidays. You should never take for granted being 12-1. I still think that we have a lot of room for growth on the defensive end. But the fact of the matter is other than the Bedlam game, which was obviously a big one, we've handled our business and figured out ways to win. And we've just got to continue that moving forward. But we're walking into the best league in the country. And that's no easy task.
How did you feel the defense was tonight? Forced a lot of turnovers, scored off a lot of those. Just sort of how did you feel you guys played defense?
Yeah, I mean, it reminded me a little bit of our team we had last year. I thought we were more active. I thought that our hands were better. I thought that we were just more aggressive. Obviously, we played a lot of the 1-2-2 tonight, which we haven't done. But I think that can be a good tool for us in the Big 12. So I thought that the guys, they're trying more, I should say, to do what is asked of them defensively.
Is that 1-2-2, is that something you came up with over the break? Is that something you've wanted to implement, just hadn't had the time to sort of?
No, we've done it. We've done it, randomly throughout the year. It just there's several things that it does for you, and I thought that it might be a good change of pace for us and might give us an opportunity to have some more, create some more turnovers and those sorts of things. And we obviously were not doing enough of that prior to tonight. But and this is nothing against anyone that we played. Texas Tech's obviously a different animal. I mean, Christian Anderson's one of the best point guards in the country. So you're not going to be able to expect to have whatever we had tonight. How many did we force? 19 turnovers. But again, I still think it can be something that helps us.
Parsa said that last week has been really good for him physically. First game back, double-double. How do you feel he played tonight?
We're happy to have him back, obviously. And you guys know how I feel about Parsa. He's a good player. He could have had 12. He could easily had 20. He missed a bunch of bunnies. He looked a little bit out of sync early on, and I think as the game wore on, I thought that he got more in tune with who he was prior to the injury. So,
is that why he played 21 minutes tonight? Just try to get him back into rhythm before Big 12 play, or was that just the flow of the game?
Well, it was the flow of the game. I'd probably played him more if he'd stayed out of foul trouble. We needed to get him into the game and get his lungs going and those sorts of things. Obviously, we've only had 4 practices since we came back, and he had been out for 6, 7, 8 days. So he needed to get going. But no, I thought he's handled it well.
What did you see from Anthony tonight?
I thought he was very efficient. Obviously he got to the free throw line at a much higher rate tonight, and I don't know the exact number. Brian would know better than me, but he's made a bunch in a row, 25, 28 in a row, right? How many? 34. That's why we got Brian. He's getting to the free throw line, and those are free baskets, right? He needs to get to the line a little bit more. I thought he did a good job trying to share the basketball. And then I thought his activity on the defensive end was a little bit better.
Something I probably should have asked him, but I think that Auburn scrimmage, maybe he was shooting off center from the foul line. Is that something that you had to talk with him about, or how'd that get?
Here's my deal on his free throw shooting. Pick a spot. You're either going to shoot from the middle or you're going to shoot from the left side and stick with that spot. I don't know, where did he shoot from tonight?
I think he's off the middle.
Yeah, he's been on the middle for the longest. I just said, hey, whatever you decide, stick with it. But yeah, you should ask him.
Ben had a couple of, it seemed like spark plays for you guys defensively, those blocks. Just sort of what can he add to, you've been asking for sparks in the defense. What can he add in that area?
Yeah, I mean, again, Ben is so large, and he moves his feet well, and he can run the floor when he's locked in, right? I mean, he's good. I thought that after that timeout, he came out and he guarded that ball screen. The ball's loose on the floor. He dove on it. I thought that gave us some energy, and we got to have guys that are going to give us energy on the defensive end, especially when I don't think we shot the ball extremely well. I mean, the numbers were fine, but we missed some easy ones, especially right around the rim. I mean, we probably missed 11 or 12 layups tonight. But anyways, back to Ben. I mean, he gave us energy on the defensive end, and I thought that that got us going a little bit coming out of that timeout.
Anything else? Any updates on Vukovic or Lefty?
I'll talk to him after the game. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be game to game is my guess with both of them. But I expect them to play for sure. I mean, it just it's going to be day to day and game to game.
5 days.
You graced us with your presence. At least ask me a question.
They asked all good questions.
Man.
5 days out. Is it too early to ask for a scout on a really good Texas Tech team?
No, I've watched a bunch of them. They're good, man. They're good. They got an unbelievable tandem with Anderson and Toppin, but then they've got shooting around it. They're a good basketball team. He obviously has voiced his frustration with their defense, but they just held Winthrop to 58 points yesterday. So he must have gotten through to them better than I did because we gave up 77 tonight. I'd rather had 57. But no, I think it'll be a good game. Obviously, playing at Texas Tech and United Spirit Arena is a pretty good atmosphere. It should be a heck of a deal. I mean, this is what we play for, right? I mean, going 12-1 is awesome, but you're walking into the best league in the country, and you've got to figure out ways to win on the road. We never figured out a way to win on the road all of last year in Big 12 play. We've got to figure out ways to win on the road.
Parsa gave a pretty fun answer. Someone asked if he was ready for all that, ready to go to Lubbock, and he said, "What's Lubbock?" Do you prepare the team? I mean, they're all experienced, but do you prepare them for teams, or do you prepare them for environments, or both? Or
I try to prepare them for playing the best teams every single night, whether you're playing in Ames or Allen Fieldhouse or you're playing in United Spirit Arena. It doesn't matter where you're playing. You better be prepared to hook it up and to fight and compete every single night, or where you're going to get sent home on that plane and it's not going to feel real good. But I think that's a little bit of today's player and society is, did they even know who Reggie Theus was today? I would be shocked if they knew who Reggie Theus was today. You know what I mean? And it's a little different. This generation's a little bit different. Doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that they're a little bit different. And for him not to know, Lubbock, it's just part of it. I mean, he's been in Southern Utah. He's been in Oregon. Now he's in Stillwater. He just probably doesn't know.
I was going to ask, is that maybe not Parsa, but is that like the transiency of college basketball today, or just this generation of basketball players?
Man, if you're asking my opinion, I would tell you a little bit it's probably more so the generation. But, you would think that these guys would know more places just because of the transfer portal and how much they move around. I mean, you've got guys this is his third league, so you would think that at some point he ran across it, but there's maybe not the the curiosity, right? Maybe there's not the curiosity of seeing who Reggie Theus is or seeing what Lubbock is about in United Spirit Arena, but it's hard not to know. I mean, obviously they're in the college football playoff, and Grant's done a great job, and they're probably one of the most funded programs across the board in the United States. So they've done a fantastic job, and there's a lot of people trying to emulate what they're doing.
It's a big talking point in the league right now is Baylor's midseason edition. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I thought Scott answered it well. The tough part is that Scott and some of us others, we sit on these NABC committees and then NCAA ethics committees and stuff. He did what he's paid to do. And his job, and this is how he answered it from what I'm reading, his job is to put Baylor in the best position to be successful and go to the NCAA tournament. if he can add a big guy at the break and it's within the rules and that helps his team get better and it helps their chances of going to the NCAA tournament, he did his job. So it's a tough deal. I'm not going to get into my opinions, but I understand why and what he did.